Snow is white. It is beautiful and attracts tourists in famous places in the world. But that's not always the case because an avalanche can happen at any time and for anyone. Today's video is 10 deadliest avalanche in history. If you're truly amazed with white snow, don't leave the screen and do not forget to press the like button, subscribe and comment. Most avalanches occur on slopes between 30 and 45 degrees. They can reach speeds up to 80 miles per hour or 129 kilometers per hour. They are large amounts of snow that barrel down slopes at rapid speeds. They occur naturally, but can be triggered by human activity. Skiing, snowmobiling, and mountain hiking activities, amongst other things, can trigger avalanches. Avalanches can happen very fast without warning or with obvious signs. A massive avalanche struck the town of Yungay and Ranrahirca when the earthquake destabilized the northern walls of Mount Marmolada. A large chunk of ice and snow, 910 meters wide and 1.6 kilometers long, sped down the mountain at speed of 280 to 335 kilometers per hour. As it moved, it completely devastated all that came in its path, with its massive volume of ice, water, mud, and rock alike. On the fateful day of January 10, 1962, a massive chunk of a giant glacier on the mountain broke apart from it and rushed down to the valley with thundering speed. As the people of the region were used to avalanches, they knew they had to seek refuge on higher grounds before the avalanche reached their homes. However, this time they had underestimated the speed of the avalanche, which covered a distance of 9.5 miles in only 7 minutes, wiping away several communities in the valley before they could reach safe grounds. The deadly avalanche completely buried the town of Ranrahirca and Huarascucho under 40 feet of snow and continued on in its killing spree until it reached the Santa River. There, it blocked the river flow, subsequently causing massive flooding in the nearby areas. Over 4,000 people lost their lives in the disaster, with many bodies remaining undiscovered for long periods, still buried under several feet of snow. A large number of farm animals and millions of dollars of crops were also lost in the disaster. Heavy snowfall in the winter of 1916 had further catalyzed the possibility of avalanches in the region. On December 13th, the first avalanche involving around 100,000 tons of ice, snow, and rocks plunged down the Mount Marmolada into the barracks of the Austrian soldiers lying directly in its path. Though 200 soldiers survived, 300 others died in this accident. However, this was just the beginning. Within the next few weeks, many other avalanches struck the area, with disturbingly high frequencies of snowfall claiming several more thousands of lives. Some witnesses claim that the avalanches were purposely triggered by the activities of soldiers on both sides in an effort to destroy their respective opposition forces. In February of 2015, 4 northeastern provinces of Afghanistan came under the attack of a series of deadly avalanches. The Panjshir province, around 60 miles northeast of the capital of Afghanistan, Kabul, was the worst affected in this disaster, when the avalanches destroyed over 100 homes in the province. rescue efforts in the region were slow to reach the villages, especially as heavy snowstorms and fallen trees slowed down the rescue personnel and vehicle on their way to the affected regions. There were around 310 casualties in the disaster. On April 7, 2012, an avalanche occurring in the disputed Sichuan region of Indo-Pakistan claimed 138 victims. These included soldiers and civilian employees alike of the Northern Light Battalion at the Gayatri military base, Ganj, Pakistan. This incident drew the attention of the governments of both India and Pakistan to resolve the Sichuan dispute, which, since 1984, had led to the deaths of a large number of soldiers from both sides. These deaths were also primarily due to the harsh climatic conditions prevailing in the region. The Afghani Avalanches in the Badakshan Province of the northeastern Afghanistan caused heavy losses to life and property in the region. On March 2, 2012, a series of 3 avalanches struck the region, burying villages on their way down under massive sheets of ice, snow, and debris. The village most affected in the disaster was so remote that the rescue forces were unable to reach its home until 2 days later.
This is extreme sands Bozkurt flood disaster. Ferocious flood waters swept everything away. Dry trees, rocks and rubbish. The changes in the stream bed in Gutleb village of Kastamonu's Azdavai district were published by the citizens on their social media accounts. Citizens who saw that the flood waters were flowing rapidly started loudly shouting, "God, what's going on? Should we notify AFED? Don't step on the water. Look at the trees."
Gene battı. Allah'ım Allah'ım ya Rabbim. Kız. Tüh.
This lucky man probably did not expect the flood water to be so strong and so fast. That is the typical feature of flash flood that only those who have been in the real situation can understand. Drone footage shows massive damage in the town of Bozkurt, where emergency workers were searching demolished buildings. Torrents of water tossed dozens of cars and heaps of debris along streets, destroyed bridges, closed roads, and cut off electricity to hundreds of villages in the second natural disaster to strike Turkey.
Aziz gitme, Aziz gitme. Eyvah, gitti bizim araba. Aziz gitme, Aziz gitme, Aziz gitme.
Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to our channel to see more about this side of nature. See you in the next video.